Good morning, Mr. Palmer, Speaker, distinguished guests. I represent Mr. Palmer's home, technically in Youngstown, Pennsylvania, where in addition to my congressional duties, my main job, as designated by Mr. Palmer, is to make sure the traffic on Arnold Palmer Drive slows down. Those of you who know that where he lives across the street from his Latrobe Country Club know what I mean. In the Latrobe Country Club, there is this wonderful statement posted on the wall there, which are Mr. Palmer's words, which says, "Golf is deceptively simple and endlessly complicated. A child can play it well and a grown man can never master it. Any single round of it is full of unexpected triumphs, seemingly perfect shots that end in disaster. It is almost a science, yet it is a puzzle without an answer. It is gratifying and tantalizing, precise and unpredictable. It requires complete concentration and total relaxation. It satisfies the soul, frustrates the intellect. It is at the same time rewarding and maddening, and it is without doubt the greatest game mankind ever invented." And to that I might add, one of the great players who made golf what it is today is Arnold Palmer, and that's why it is fitting and proper that we're here to bring this tribute to him today. Mr. Palmer, we had your golf partner statue shipped in here today too, Dwight Eisenhower. I think he had just dropped a putter in that statue there. In a moment like this, I just want to say that, golf is always a metaphor for us in life. Those of us who've tried to play the game know how maddening it is just from Mr. Palmer's words. And I thought, I'm not a great golfer, but as a psychologist, I understand the psychology of sports in that sense, and thought, since there's probably one or two golfers here, I might pass on to you what I consider the greatest golf advice ever. And it's a story about Mr. Palmer and Jim Leyland, who also is from Pittsburgh, former manager of the Pittsburgh Pirates and now Detroit Tigers. And one evening when I was having dinner with Jim Leyland, who himself is known to perhaps have a colorful word or two when he speaks, was telling me about a round of golf he was playing with Arnold Palmer. And in that, he was saying he was hooking it, slicing it, chopping it. It was going into the trees, into the rough, into the lakes, everywhere but the fairway. And I imagine he had a word or two, which I can't repeat here, but anybody who's played golf understands some of that language. And after a few holes or so, Mr. Palmer said to him, "Jim, would you like a little advice?" Now think about that. If any of us had a moment where Arnold Palmer says to us, "Would you like a little golf advice?" it would probably be, as Mr. Leyland described it, the winds calmed, the clouds parted, a shaft of light shone down on that tee box as Mr. Palmer put his arm around Jim Leyland and said, "Jim, you're not good enough to get mad." That alone is reason to give this gold medal to Mr. Palmer for giving the greatest golf advice ever, because we know what that means. But let me add one last thing. In Mr. Palmer's office, there is this round table. Some of you may have seen it. And in that, he has the coins from many championships which he has won. But there's a couple of spaces there which are empty. And I asked Arnold one time, "What is that for?" He says, "You never know when you might get another coin to fill one of those spots." Today, Mr. Palmer, this is your day. Thank you. Congratulations.